So the deadlift. Squat might have seemed a little bit complex, right? Like a lot going on, bar placement, my shoulder hurts, all that. This is very simple. It's simple human movement. Bend over and pick something off the ground. Again though, it's very deliberate. So there's 5 steps that we follow and you have to follow them every time, and there are things that we will holler at you about, like stop, you're doing the opposite of what I told you. But 5 steps to the deadlift and you can do this. So the first thing is your stance. So you're gonna pick a stance, you know, how wide apart your feet are. We see a lot of people on the internet, you know, with a sumo stance. So they stand really wide and they grab the bar in the middle. A lot of people do that for competition. It makes the range of motion shorter, right? I don't have to pull the bar as high. I don't sumo. If a guy can sumo 600 pounds, like he's obviously strong, I'm not saying it's worthless. I'm just saying if I'm a general strength trainee, I want to use a long effective range of motion, right? I want to train as much as me as possible. So I want to pull conventional, right? The deadlift, where I walk up and my feet are here and I grab the bar outside my legs. So how do you determine that width? I generally tell people to set up like you're gonna do a broad jump. So if I was gonna do a broad jump and jump across this room, I'm probably gonna be somewhere around in here. I mean, just think about it right now. You can do it where you're standing. You're not gonna go like this, right? That's not a sumo knock, but I just mean you're not gonna do like this to jump far. You're gonna like get your base of support kind of under you where you can get your quads, you know, ready to go, and you're gonna do a broad jump. So as a general rule of thumb, that's kind of where your width should be, or your heels just inside your shoulders. There'll be use cases where adjustments are needed. You might have a guy with a really long femur. You know, we teach this like frog stance from time to time, can help different people. But in general, feet just inside your shoulders, like that. Your toes are gonna be slightly pointed out. In the squat, they were like 30 degrees. This is gonna be like 10, maybe 15, something like that. And that's just because you're gonna need a little external rotation of your femurs when you get down into position. So if your toes are straight forward, that's gonna be harder to do. It's just a little bit of toe angle. Okay, so with that, Rita, step forward. Now, a thing has happened here. The bar is not perfectly straight on the platform, right? So I can come here and I can roll this back and it's probably gonna move. Oh, it didn't move, good. But I see a lot of folks, you know, constantly messing with the bar, trying to get it perfectly straight. I get it, I'm OCD. Like, I think it's a blessing, not a curse. But just let the bar come to rest. If you're training in your garage, it's probably not perfectly level, and then you square up to the bar. So walk forward, and when you look down, I want the bar to be right over the middle of your foot. Yeah, so what she did is a very common mistake. She went right over to the middle of what she could see, right? And she did not account for her heel. So her whole foot includes her heel, exactly. So now she's making the adjustment. She sees the error in her ways, and now the bar is over the middle of the foot. What do we talk about in the squat? I gotta bend my knees and my hips and lean over and shove my butt back, so what? So that the bar travels over the middle of the foot. Same thing happening right now. You set up with the bar over the middle of your foot because you're gonna lift it from that position. Think basic physics, right? So I'm here, I got this beautiful 25-pound plate. I'm holding it, I put it down, I pick it up. Wow, that was easy. Now I put it a foot out in front of me. I'm not gonna move this, I'm gonna try and pick it up. 2 things I want you to see. 1, it's actually hard. Let's see, my feet are all messed up. This isn't me acting. And then 2, as I pick it up, it's gonna swing here, right? Physics, right? It's gonna swing back in over the middle of the foot. So you may see Eddie Hall, you know, Thor, all these big deadlifters, Grant, they deadlift 1,000, you only deadlift 500. This must be right? But no, those are freaks. Those are people that compete. Those are people that abuse a lot of steroids. It's like just because they do it doesn't mean it's the right way to do it. And even if you watch those guys, they'll start with the bar way out in the head, and then as soon as they go to lift the bar, what happens? It rolls back in and then it goes up. So I say all that and bore you to death because you're not allowed to move the bar anymore. You just put it over the middle of the foot. Okay. You're not allowed to roll it. And what's the problem? It's on rubber wheels. So like as soon as you grab it, especially you guys that are tight in the hips and stuff, it's gonna be really easy to move this thing. And once the load gets heavy, if it is 1 inch out of position, it will not come up. So step 1, put the bar over the middle of the foot with a correct stance. You've done that. So step 2, without moving the bar, she's gonna bend at the waist, not bend her knees yet, and she's gonna grab the bar just outside her shins. Good, and then take this one and get on the knurling. Good, so that's step 2. She bends at the waist, grabs the bar. Step 3, bend your knees until your shins touch the bar, but don't let the bar move. Good, push your knees out into your elbows a little bit. So her hips are done moving. They're done. If I go through this setup, this height is gonna basically auto set itself. So from here, all she has to do is pull her chest up, pull your chest up. Okay, no, don't lift the bar. Let go, stand up. Let go, stand up. Take a step back, let's go back through it real quick. Good, real quick, lift your name tag up to my hand. Nope, just like with your chest. Lift your name tag up to my hand. Like this, look at me. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so when I say chest up down there, that's what I want you to do.
Okay.
Okay, so walk back up, middle of the foot. See how you're not centered? Go this way. There you go. Back up just a little bit. Back up just a little. Come on, right there. Bend at the waist and grab it. Good. There you go. Photos for starting strength. I forgot. Bend your knees till your shins touch the bar. Good. Poke your knees out into your elbows. And now do that thing with your chest I just showed you, but don't lift the bar yet. Just chest up. Take a big breath of air and stand up with the bar, dragging it up your legs. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Good. Put it back down. Let go and step away. Okay, good. So when I deadlift, I'm not using my arms to pick the bar up. I mean, I am using my arms, but I don't want you to think about it coming off the floor because I pulled it. We call it a pull, like in terms of movements, but it's really a push. So I set up to the bar, my knees are slightly bent, my hips are high, it's over midfoot, and when I pull my chest up, I want to think about like my arms getting long, okay? A lot of you guys are going to open your hands. And as you pull your chest up, you're going to open and let it roll down into your fingers. And that's going to defeat the purpose. I want to grip the bar tight. We'll talk about all the types of grips here in a second. Grip the bar tight and then pull my chest up so that my arm is long and completely in extension, and it's tension, right? Tension's a pulling force. So boom, here it is. And then once it's there, I just stand up with the barbell. I push my feet into the floor. We often tell people or call this lift a standing leg press. So the chest comes up, arms get tight, and then I stand up. Let's go back through it again. Walk up, middle of the foot, centered on the barbell. Good. Bend at the waist, grab the bar just outside the shins. Bend your knees till your shins touch the bar. Pull your chest up, look out at the baseboard across the room. Push into the floor and stand. Very good. And go back down, let go. And take a step back, let go. Yep, right there is good. Watch on this next rep how the bar is in contact with her shins and her thighs the whole time. It doesn't swing out. If you signed our little waiver, it's set in there. Wear, shorts, sweatpants, or tights that you can move in comfortably. We recommend calf length socks for the deadlift. Why? Because a lot of people have this like weird self-preservation thing, like, it's knurling, it's my shins, and they don't want to do it, and the bar's out forward. But what do I want? I want it under the middle of my foot. Where's under the middle of the foot? Well, once my knees bend, it's on my shin. It's got to touch my shin. It's going to barely miss my knee. It's going to come back into contact with the thigh. So watch that, because that's going to be really important. We had some people here on the 4th of July attempting Big Max deadlifts. Why were they missing them? Because they were letting that thing swing out. It's like up here, and they're doing this, and they can't get it back into position. So we want to set it up right from the start. I'm also making her go through this process, this setup process, intentionally over and over. I don't keep remembering something else. Oh, I forgot to say it. I'm trying to take her through this so it's ingrained in her head. So what is step 1, Rita?
Walk up, middle of the foot.
Boom, stance. Toes out slightly. Yeah. You're a little too close. So see how, yeah, there you go. Good. Step 2, bend at the waist. Yep. Drop shins. Boom. Expert over here. Look down at the baseboard across the room. Big chest. Push. Watch it on her legs. Well, it came off a little bit on that one. Well, that was the first time you did that. Let go, back up. Let go, back up. Reset. Okay. So I think what you did was you did this. You tried to pull it up instead of just standing. So keep it on your shins. Back up. See how you're too close. You got to back up. Because you have to have room for step 3 to bend your knee so your shin touches the bar. So back up just a little bit more. Good. Now bend at the waist and grip it. Bend at the waist and grip it. Good. Drop your shins into the bar. Good. Pull your chest up. Push through the middle of your foot. Keep the bar on your legs. Beautiful. Beautiful. And down. Good. Let go and step back. Okay, so we've now watched that 5 times. Her setup. She's got it down. But what are we going to do? We're going to pull a set of 5, which means the downward motion is going to come into play. So all the work I want out of the deadlift is from the concentric phase, the up portion, pushing, shortening of the quads. I stand upright, and then I just go down quickly. We never drop weights. We're not jerks. We don't drop weights. We don't have anything to prove. And let me tell you, like when you deadlift 315 and you drop the weight, it's not very cool. Like we've seen a lot of big, heavier deadlifts. It's bad for the equipment. It's bad for the bar. You never drop it, right? You just don't drop it. But you do put it down very fastly, right? But your hands never come off the bar. When you put it down, you have to put it down back into the same position you started with, which is right over the middle of the foot. So let's see if she does it correctly, and then I'll show you something that a lot of you will do if she doesn't. So boom, stance, good. Waist, shins to bar. Whoops, see, you rolled the bar back. See, but do you see how that's a completely different thing? Because now you don't have any shin angle. So she bent to the waist and grabbed it. And what do we want? We want her to bend the knees a little bit to get the shins forward. Why? So that I can use the quad to leg press the ground. And she's like, bar's supposed to be on my legs. Boom, pulls it back here. So now she's all hamstring and low back, right? So these, again, I'm not beating you up, but these are things like in your garage in NorCal, you got to remember. So walk up. And this is why, to this day, when I deadlift, what I'm saying out loud right now, I say in my brain every single time. Every single time. So you just got to remember it. All right, good. Boom. Drop the shins in. Point your knees up. Knees up just a little bit. Good. Pull your chest up. Remember, you push the floor away with your feet and stand. Good. Now put it right back over midfoot. Good. Exhale. Breathe it back in. Chest and stand. Good. We're doing 5 now. Down. Exhale. Breathe in. Good. 2 more. Notice she's breathing on the floor. She's not getting to the top, huffing out. She's getting to the bottom. She's resetting. Now hold this one out for a second. Now here's what a lot of you gentlemen will do for whatever reason. Bend your knees right now and then put the bar down around your knees. So bend your knees more. Bend your knees more. She's so talented she can't even do it. Now put the bar down. Put the bar down. Put the bar down. See, I've drilled into her head midfoot. Great job, Rita. Let go. That's great. No, that's fantastic. I've drilled it so far into her head she can't even make mistakes. You're like a world-class deadlifter. What most people do, so if you think about this movement, they're here and think about what happens off the floor. Knees extend because I'm pushing, and then hips extend. But on the way down, for whatever reason, everyone bends their knees first. And if I bend my knees, what's the bar going to do? It's going to hit my knees and then do what? It's going to go out, right? It's going to end up over midfoot. And then the common error is, oh, it's out over midfoot. The shins are supposed to be touching my bar. Let me bend, right? So they bend their shins too far forward. What happens? Now the hips drop. What happens when the hips drop? The shins go so far forward that the bar's now not over the middle of the foot. So what happens when I go to exert force? The butt shoots up and the shins come back, but where's the bar? That dude's still over there. And so then I go to pull it and I either miss it or it swings back into me. So again, the work part of this, the net gain is all from the way up, but we have to be conscious of the way down, like Rita did. She did great. And the one time when she did put it down a little bit incorrectly, she automatically, like, instead of adjusting to the bar, she raised her hips back up and pulled the bar back up and got back in position, which you guys need to do. I just want you to know from day one how to put it down correctly. Don't quit on me.
What's going to happen?
Chest up, toes down, push. Yeah, you got them all. Eye gaze. Fix your eyes. Fix your eyes. Bottom of the flag. Good, Benjamin.
Pelvis forward as well. It's almost like doing that short
Yes.
pocket.
You got them all.
Down here. Yeah. It's very hard to do.
Good, here's number 5. Yeah.
Nice.
Bar, pull your chest up, get all the slack out. Gonna be a little bit heavy here. Push, you got it, Rita, well done. Down quickly, chest up, stand tall, good. Slack out. Good, you got it. 2 more. Chest up, push, all the way, lock out. 1 more. Chest up. Drive the legs, stand tall, finish. There you go, good, hands down. Woo! That was good, that's a lot of weight. So his deadlift looked pretty good. He kept putting it down really slow and touching his knee, and he had the bar a little too close to the shin, so there was no shin angle. So that's what we're fixing. Stand up tall. Good. Your hips all the way forward at the top.